sky. Well, you cry out and you don't know why. Come on now, let your feet fly. Come on now, let's go for a ride. Come on now, let your feet fly. Oh, let it fly. Come on.
This is Joey Izzy Dakota Jones
Ashwan Zaid,
and
Lakshman Prabhu Das.
on the red couch.
and here we are back on the red couch. Hi Bonnie, konnichiwa. Bonnie's in Japan, coming back tomorrow, so I love you.
All
Anyway.
right. Let's talk.
Yeah, let's talk.
All right, cool.
So what is
So,
that? Go
what
ahead.
is Vedic astrology?
Vedic.
Vedic, sorry.
Vedic, yeah.
So I've been
The
reading about
E
it.
has a little accent on it, so it sounds
Okay.
like A. Vedic.
So just so all you guys know, Lee's from the neighborhood, obviously. I met his kid who goes to a school. And he brought his dad over.
Yeah, he sent me. He's like,
Who
hey,
cuts
go
your
check
hair?
out this place.
Who cuts your hair?
You.
Yes, I
Yeah,
did.
buddy.
Yes, I did. All right. Anyway, what is it?
Yeah, Vedic astrology is Western astrology is by the seasons,
Yes.
right? Vedic astrology is sidereal, so it has a fixed position, fixed star.
Okay.
So it anchors to a fixed star
Yeah.
rather than through the seasons.
What's
Yeah.
So it actually moves everything back about 24.
So it
degrees.
stays on one.
Oh, that was the thing I was curious about. So what year
Yeah.
is it?
Well, same year. But if
I
you
read a thing that it was
No.
this year plus.
no,
No.
it's only 24
Yeah.
degrees behind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in other words, it's fixed on one star and one in the solar system. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where the rest.
Chitra.
Where's that?
Chitra. I think it's one of the center ones. Like if you were to see the whole galaxy spinning,
Yes.
it's close to the center.
Like I can see Venus.
Okay. No, that's a planet. But he's talking like
Oh,
the,
right.
the actual star which the planets all go around, right? So basically that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So we're in the normal zodiac sign.
Right off the
There's
hop.
a-
I don't know what I'm talking about.
No,
It is challenging.
You're learning,
It
you're
took a
learning.
while
Yeah.
to wrap my head around it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're basically, I'm trying to wrap my head around it now. So basically you're saying that all the star, like in the zodiac, it's all different stars at different seasons of time. Am I right? In a cycle.
It basically just works exactly the same. It just has a different anchoring.
Okay.
To the ascendant. That's
Okay.
basically the easiest way to look at it.
Okay,
To think
okay.
about it. And then as you learn how everything moves, it starts to come together.
Okay. Cool.
You know. Yeah. So that's the other thing too is that Vedic astrology is more lunar based.
Okay. Moon based. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And
Yeah.
one of the really cool things about the Vedic astrology is the nakshatras, which are 27 positions of the moon.
Okay.
So the sky is divided into 27 positions.
Yeah.
and
So you
each
get
of
the
those-
different times of.
Yeah, like today is actually Chitra. The moon is passing through Chitra nakshatra today.
Okay.
And
What does that mean?
today the energy of that is ruled by Vishvakarma, and Vishvakarma is the architect of the gods. He designs all the temples, and so today's a really great day for designing, organizing, those details.
That's awesome, right?
It is. It's very cool, right?
Yeah, it's more detailed, more refined.
Yeah. So and as it keeps, and it does that shift through, how long does that take to shift through?
About a day.
A day, and then
Yeah.
it goes into the next moon, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So if the moon shifts into a different nakshatra after after sunrise, it still maintains that day will be that nakshatra.
Right.
But if it goes into the next nakshatra before the sunrise, then the whole day will have that nakshatra's energy.
How did you find all this?
Actually,
Interesting what you said, yeah.
Is it your
yeah,
is it your folks?
I start no.
'Cause
I came into
I know you through your son,
yeah.
who's awesome. But because he's your son, I doubt you're watching. That kid is, dude, good
Yeah,
work.
thanks, man.
Good work.
Thank you.
That is
Appreciate
a
that.
good child.
He's
Anyway,
pretty solid, yeah.
dude, that kid's fucking solid.
It's really cool that you can see that.
Oh, immediately. Yeah. That was a wild thing too. When we opened this barbershop, the East Van kids were like the bunch of us had been somewhere else, and a lot of the cool people from where we were came here, but the East Van kids,
Yeah.
fuck, dude, very different. Very different. Like, there is this one kid. He was little, man, and he had to sit on a skateboard. Like, he wasn't big enough, so I had to put a skateboard on the so that I could
Yeah.
reach his hair, right? And it's like, give him the haircut. I was like, how's that, dude? It's like, my ass is killing me. Right?
Yeah.
But he wasn't weirded out by it, or he's just like,
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
what it is.
yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, when
Yeah,
did you
so-
start?
I started chanting in 1997. I got my hands.
It's like this is based in Hinduism?
Yeah,
Yes, it
similar.
is, right.
Yeah,
Similar, yeah.
similar. I got my hands on, actually, in late high school, right after high school, I was working full time and just trying to figure, like, what am I going to do with myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was always very deep thinker kind of thing, and I was
Mhm.
into, like, studying out-of-body experiences and, what's that, where you can, like, be awake in your dream, have a silver cord, and I was studying
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff, and I started reading the book, Tibetan Book of the Dead,
Yes,
and
I
getting
read
into
that.
that sort of stuff. And
Yeah.
this is actually kind of an interesting story, but a couple elders, the elders from the Mormons,
Mm-hmm.
they're young men, they come around, have little tags. Do you
Right.
remember seeing them?
Yeah,
They
yeah,
come
you
around,
talked to
right?
those guys.
They go in teams, they're
Yeah,
young.
I talked to them.
No, but they came to my door the one time.
Okay.
And I was like, "Hey guys, I'm not really into God or anything like that, right?" They're like, "Well, and I'm like, because I had experimented and stuff, right? I felt like there's more to life than meets the eye,
Yeah.
Sure.
right? So I was searching,
Yeah.
and they're like, and that's what I told them.
My problem with those guys is like, they would say that there's this many people get in.
Oh yeah, the
Into the
120
after party, right?
Yeah, what are you
There's
gonna
this
do?
many guys get into the after party.
Yeah,
And so they came to my house, and I was like, dude, there's this many guys who get into the after party, is that right? And they said, yep, that's right. And I was like, dude, you don't want me, because you might not get in. I'm getting in. 100% I'm getting in. You
Nice.
might not. Anyway, sorry.
yeah. I find it an interesting how I came into my practice, because it's everything is all one, right? Like
Mhm.
ultimately love is one, and somehow that substrate came through a different lineage. But these two guys came to my door, and I was searching, right? So they said, "Here, why don't you just try this prayer?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay, whatever," right? So I actually was like sincere. I was like, okay.
Were you in a bad place?
I was struggling. I was still like 22 at home, 23 at home.
Trying to figure it all.
Trying to figure it out.
Yeah. What'd you want to do next? Sort of.
Yeah, and I knew this small town wasn't me.
Where were you?
Paris, Ontario.
Oh,
Oh,
Pretty cool town,
I went
right?
to high
Awesome.
school in Brantford.
What? I was born in Brantford.
Brantford
No kidding.
sucks. Sorry, Brantford. I kind of love you. I don't love Wayne
That's
Gretzky.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's
I love
awesome.
Alexander Graham.
So you know the area. really well.
Yeah. So anyways, that happened, and then what happened after you did the prayer?
And then within like 6 weeks, I lost my job, left home, moved in with buddies in Hamilton, and then within a couple weeks, I went over to a buddy's place and got my hands on a Bhagavad Gita.
Yes.
And actually, I saw a book on the table that said Teachings of Jesus came from India. And I was like, oh yeah, India, that's cool. I was thinking something like that too. and then the buddy's dad came up and gave me a book, the Bhagavad Gita. And once I started reading that, man, it just like everything just like opened up and made sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I started chanting. And that was 1997. And then I took like real Diksha initiation into the lineage in 2006 from my spiritual master, Srila Narayan Maharaj, he's left his body now in 2010. And yeah, I've been trying to, just get better at practicing yoga and bhakti yoga. And
Yeah, you're in great shape.
But that's different yoga than
No, he's talking.
the shop down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
It's
he-
sound vibrations.
Sound
That's why the
vibration.
music.
Yeah, but if you want, what I meant by good shape, he takes care of himself.
No, I
In
understand.
general, with mind and body.
No,
and
yeah.
spirit,
I just wanted
Yeah.
to make sure everybody who's
'Cause it all
watching,
works, it
listening,
all works.
understands that
It all works.
the yoga you're talking about is probably somewhat different than the yoga they're thinking.
Yeah, it's called bhakti yoga, and it basically just means uniting with the supreme through love and service.
Yeah,
Your
yeah,
brain, right?
yeah,
Yeah, through the heart.
yeah. Yeah, good, interesting. So
I
since when has that been? Since 19 what?
97.
Wow.
That's when my
That's a
journey.
lot.
That's when my journey really
So
started.
that's quite a while ago now, right?
Yeah, and so all my music and everything has all been
Oh.
influenced, right? George
Yeah.
Harrison brought
Right, well, I was gonna
out
say very much.
brought
so.
the Maha Mantra in his My Sweet Lord.
Yeah.
Beatles,
Joseph.
and it's just
Crazy Beatles fan.
Yeah,
Awesome.
but I'm a Zen Buddhist, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I practice Zen Buddhism.
Yeah, so yeah.
But I did what you sort of did. I actually went through all the religions and read, and then just landed where I landed. Right. I
Yeah.
also took like meditation through transcendental meditation. I took transcendental meditation.
Nice.
Yeah, so the Maharishi. I did all that for that was my first learning through meditation.
I'm an
Yeah,
atheist.
I was a
I'm an
singer.
atheist
Is that in your 20s
100%.
or
Huh?
What?
I was in my late 20s when what I did is I
Yeah.
went and found a vocal teacher
Cool.
because I wanted to sing better, right? I was playing in act bands and stuff. And I found this guy, Edward, or Ed, we call him Ed, but his real name was Edward Coupard. He was an Englishman. He was from London, England. And Edwin learned to be he learned meditation. And so he learned meditation and he taught it. So when I went to see him, first thing he said to me was like, he said, you need to focus more, right?
Yeah.
Get your breathing better and relax more.
Yeah.
If you're relaxed, you'll be able to sing better, which makes total sense, right? So I said, okay, what do you want me to do? He says, well, I teach transcendental meditation.
Nice.
I'll teach you how to meditate. And he says, only downside to that, you had to pay for it, right? So you pay for it and you did it. And he taught it right at his home, right?
Yeah.
So it was really good. And then
You're
I,
probably the best singer I've heard.
well, I don't know what that, but
I did.
But anyways, I did that, and it did work. It was a lot better. I could focus really well. And then I took an advanced course in it at the center. So I tell this quick story. So I went once to the center. I used to be on West near Buda Street up there, and I went and the guy was a guru from India, right? So
Yeah.
so went and really nice guy, right? So taught me the mantra, and I repeated it, and then he left me in the
No,
room. Well, it's not that one, but it was really complex, right? And that was the only thing with transcendental. After a while, you can't remember half the stuff. You really have to remember, almost write it down phonetically to remember it. But so, anyways, he gave me this mantra to do, and it was an enhanced one, so on top of mine. And then so I did it, and then he left me alone in a room, and all of a sudden the room just exploded. I had a kundalini go right up my back, like boom, like it's like being on acid, right? Your head just explodes.
Why are you asking me? I've never been.
No,
I've been on so much acid.
So anyways, you can become very relaxed. Anyways, I came out, and you had to go back and see him again in a week or so, just to make sure you remembered everything you learned. So he wanted to make sure you remembered the mantra and you can carry it, right?
Yeah.
So I said, he goes, can you come back this day, Joe? And I said, I can't. I'm work. I can't make it that day. I can't get the day off. It's too short of a notice. And so he goes, when can you? He said, I says, well, I can make it da-da-da day. And he goes, that'll be fine. And I go, okay. And so the lady running the center, you would think she'd be very calm, right? You know? And she was flipping out. And she goes, he can't do that day. And she goes, he can't, he's busy. He has, I says, oh, okay. You know, I'm trying to relax. And she's going like, because I just learned his mantra and I'm all mellowed. And she's going,
She's peeking.
you know, we're all relaxed. She's peeking. And she goes, no, he can't. He's got to be in Victoria to teach in Victoria. So he looks over at her and he looks over at me and another couple people and he goes, this is how mellow this guy is, right? He goes, so, he says, Joe, did you say this day here? I said, yes. He says, come on this day at this time? I says, yes. She goes, no, you can't. You got to be in Victoria. He goes, listen, is Victoria going anywhere? She goes, like your eyes just like, and her mouth dropped. What?
That was one of the fucking.
And he goes, Victoria's not going anywhere. Is there going to be another boat to Victoria on another day? And she goes, yeah, but it's booked for that day, that day. He goes, no. Is Victoria going anywhere? And is there another boat on that day? She goes, yes. She goes, okay, Joe comes this day.
Yeah.
They can wait. He's got to get finished. And she just goes, oh, okay. I guess now she's thinking I got to redo everything. And he's going like, it doesn't matter to me. Victoria's going nowhere. These people in Victoria are not going anywhere.
That's cool.
I'll get to them. And everybody melted in the room. What I'm getting at, he was so relaxed. Like, he solved the problem like that. He wasn't freaking out like she was. He just said, hey, calm down. Think we can make this work, right? Let's make this work instead of freaking out, right? And
so the reason that I was all super stoked about, I mean, and you're lovely, obviously. You're a fucking kid. Good work. BTW. Was, so your kid shows up. You guys have very specific hairdos, which I had never seen in my life. And your kid's like, oh, look at this. And I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was like Brad Pitt or whatever. But there's a difference, right?
Yeah.
And I gave him the haircut and he's fucking stoked or whatever. And he's a neighborhood kid. Right?
Yeah.
And he's fucking solid.
Yeah, he loves it.
Yeah. And then you showed up and you're like, oh, you cut my kid's hair. I was like, oh fuck, I've seen this haircut before. So what's that? Because what I clearly, I don't know, I'm just an ignorant idiot, but what I thought was like, whoever, like, the Almighty would just go, grab you by the nose, and, you know what I mean? So I'm curious about that.
It's funny.
Could you show that? Could you show to the camera
sure.
what's going on there?
Yeah, it's a Sika.
Yeah.
So it's I've got it all. I've got it tied up a little bit. But yeah, it's for the crown chakra.
Mm-hmm.
So
and
for 1 second. So all my barber friends out there who I know watch this, you cut a haircut around that. It's not as hard as you think. Anyway.
Yeah. So my Gurudev says it's antenna.
Interesting.
He's making a joke, but not really.
No.
It's it just marks the crown, and when you like move into the temple, like the brahmacharis, you know, they shave every full moon, right? They shave everything but the Sika.
Wow.
And
cool. And why is the reason for that?
It's the antenna, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. I thought that's where we're gonna go.
We also wear Tulsi beads around our neck too.
Okay.
So you can always tell people that are part of the lineage. George Harrison also wore these Tulsi beads. They're from a special Tulsi tree in India.
Wow.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, that's very cool because like I said, talk about George Harrison. Yeah, George Harrison brought a lot of that mystical East Indian mystical religion to the forefront, right?
Yeah.
And
I was really inspired by him.
Yeah, and
when I was a kid before I even knew it.
Yeah, and then it got and like you said about Gita, Very interesting book. Very
Yeah.
interesting book. It's very close in some shapes and forms to the Bible too, in the sense of how, you know, how the gods react to each other and how people react to each other too. How it all how it all interplays, right?
Sure,
Yeah,
yeah. The archetypes are all the same.
Yes, they are. They're all the
Right,
time.
and
Have
no
you ever
matter
read? Have you
where
read
you're
anything?
from.
Read anything on Joseph Campbell from Joseph Campbell?
Yes.
Yeah, Joseph Campbell's
Absolutely,
great.
yeah.
Yeah. Friends of mine were psychologists. I'm very close to them, and they were mentors and learned from him, right?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I read Power of the Myth and all that kind of stuff, right? Yeah. Archetypes. Yeah. That's
For
very
sure.
good. So how would you play all that today in today's world? Like, you know.
Yeah.
I call it Western Bhajan.
What does that mean?
So it's I basically just write my own devotional music
Right.
in Western format with traditional instruments.
Right on. Very
So
good.
I have, huh?
Guitar.
Yeah, sure. everything.
Sure. I have
There.
two. Well, no, we'll talk.
There's guitar.
I don't wanna
Play?
be no,
Yeah.
You don't want to play?
not today.
Not today, doesn't it? Yeah. Anyways.
Want me to play? I'm terrible.
I can do a demonstration of a little mantra
Yeah.
for some sound vibration.
Yeah, that's very
into
cool.
that at some point.
What does that mean?
Where was it?
No, what does that
Yeah.
mean?
Well, he's gonna do like a vibrational.
Oh, I'll just do a little chant
meditation chant.
with the cartels.
Oh, okay.
So I do have an instrument.
Oh, do it.
Sure.
No,
What was the question? My mind is.
Yes.
We're talking about George
The
Harrison.
different instruments that you use.
Oh yeah, that's right. I have on my YouTube. I go by Varuna Das as my performance name.
Oh, what's your thing on YouTube? Where can people find you?
At Varuna Das 108.
At Varuna Top.
Varuna
Yeah.
Das 108.
Yeah, VARUNA DAS 108.
We'll put a little
Just
thing on there.
put the at and then that in the search right for YouTube.
Yeah.
Channel comes up. It's a walrus. Family of walruses is my icon.
Why is that?
Why not?
Varuna is the ocean. He's the personality of the ocean.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
So he holds the cosmic waters, medicinal waters.
Yes. Interesting. That's interesting too when you say that, when we were talking about that, all that symbolism too. Imagine all that too today with the natives too.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, with their all their spiritual stuff, right? How they all connect with nature, right? You know.
My grandmother was native.
Was she? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was she from?
Six Nations.
Six Nations.
Yeah.
Right on.
Oh, Brantford.
Yeah.
Yeah, Six Nations. So there you go. There's the ties with where you are spiritually, and then that also connects with her, right? And all her
Surely,
lineage
yeah.
too, right?
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
in high school, my art grade 12 art theme for the year for drawings was
Yes.
Native Americans.
Wow.
I found chiefs, and I love their face.
Yes.
So much congruence.
Yeah, there is.
Just grounding.
Yeah. It's very interesting when you look at pictures of Native people, even like. Well, I saw a picture just recently with in the news with we got the premier of Manitoba, Canoe, right? Is it Canoe or?
Yeah, Rob Canoe.
Rob Canoe.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, Rob Canoe.
Oh,
And-
Wob.
Wob? Is it Wob?
Wob Canoe,
Really?
sorry, yeah.
So Wob Canoe. So Wob Canoe with all the chiefs right now, and he was, and when you looked at the picture, they were all dressed in all in native gear, and when I looked at that, I just it was like looking at a picture of like 100 years ago to
Yeah.
now. Nothing's
Right.
changed
Wow.
except for the time.
Yeah.
And then the way they were sitting and staring into, not staring, but posing for the picture, I was just like going, holy smoke.
Yeah.
It was really almost like timeless.
Right.
It was very interesting, that photo was very, if you see it still, you'll probably see that it's still up there. He went there before he went to the Western Premier's meeting. which, you know, I found really interesting. Like he went and consulted with them before he went and consulted with everybody else. And I found that really interesting, right?
My best friend back then was this guy named Andy Kubis. Hi, Andy. I'm sure you're not watching, but his uncle was Jay Silverheels, who
Oh.
played fucking Tonto on the Lone Ranger.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So I used to go and hang out on the reserve.
Yeah,
But it was super nice where we were staying.
yeah.
The reserve was not super nice.
No, it's,
Yeah, my dad told me don't go on there. When
yeah,
I was a teenager,
Yeah,
stay
yeah.
away from the reserve.
yeah.
I did.
I mean,
But like I said, see, but what I'm trying to
I
say.
know, you know.
But what I'm
You
trying
know,
to say
yeah.
is, you know, it's like, it's interesting how that those symbolisms that we're talking about now, that your grandmother and all them had similar, similar connections, you know, with nature and
Oh,
the
yeah, for
symbolisms
sure.
of all the, if that's what I'm finding, like it all,
Yeah.
like you said, it's all one, it all interacts, right?
Yeah, lineage is really, the older I get, I'm 50.
Yes.
It starts to sink in more now.
It does
Like,
more, right?
really
Yeah, you start to realize the connections between everybody.
families and
Yeah.
Kinda.
heritage.
Me too, kind of, but more to me, man, it's friends
Mm.
and homies and,
Nice.
and the fucking
And the family sort of thing. Yeah.
dude, like the families that we create for ourselves.
Yes. That's a good
Sure,
point. That's a
absolutely.
My
very good.
family,
Yeah, it's a good point.
but the people that I love,
Yeah, but the people you love too is like, you know, a lot of that too is the people that you have make as family.
that's
It's
what
like
I'm saying,
I know
dude.
what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
That's what I'm just
Absolutely,
saying.
I totally know what
That becomes your family, right? You know,
Yeah.
it's funny, you know, like because some people, you know, myself, not as close with some of my
No, me
my
neither.
family anymore as I used to be. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it doesn't mean I don't love them or want
Yeah.
to connect with them. It doesn't mean that at all.
That's
Yeah.
probably a big reason why people looked at spirituality, religion, motorcycle gangs, whatever it is,
Mhm.
because they want that sense of community.
Yeah, and
For
connection
sure.
too. Yeah. They want that. For sure, you're right about that.
I think
Yeah,
so.
and I think like that's what I was just saying when he was talking about that. Are you connected with me right away when you talked about that God related to
I
the
knew you guys
ocean?
were gonna get along.
Right.
I knew you
You know,
guys were gonna get along.
You know when you talk about the ocean and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in Zen Buddhism, it's a lot of that too, right?
Yeah.
You know, Zen Buddhism is very, the biggest thing I liked about Eastern philosophy, period. My thing on it is that there's two things. You don't go around preaching about it. You know, we don't preach. You know,
You've never done that.
no,
to
no
me.
Buddhists. We don't Zen Buddhists. We don't
You've
preach
never
to
done
people.
that to me.
It's about dealing with your own issues in yourself,
Yes,
learning about yourself,
exactly.
because the more you deal with taking responsibility for you, the easier things get for yourself and
Absolutely.
everybody around you. You know,
Absolutely.
and then if you respect yourself and start to learn about yourself, you respect it's easy to respect other people back and not treat them like dirt, right? You know, and then that's what I like about Eastern philosophy, period.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's
Carl Jung picked up on that, and
Yes.
his analogy that I really like is like when you start holding your own ground, right? When you start holding your seat,
yeah,
knowing who you are, you're not moved by, like you start relaxing into yourself.
Yes.
You're talking about gaining that self strength.
yeah,
It's like a tuning fork. You become the tuning fork for others around you.
that's right.
You don't have to. You just be you, and then naturally other people are gonna be impacted by that. You don't have to preach.
Yeah, you don't have to preach.
Exactly.
No, I
Yeah.
totally agree because, there's people I know in my life that are, I have nothing against it. There's some people that are very, I won't get into their religious beliefs, but like, they're very much, have to save everybody else but themselves. And then you look at that and you go, it's very self-righteous.
That's a thing in itself.
Yeah, it's very self-righteous
Yeah.
and you gotta learn to connect with yourself first before you can actually
Exactly.
you know, deal with anything else because it's called responsible. But yeah, I connected when you talked about the different the different deities and what they represent, right? Because that is all around us and all in us. Right?
Yeah.
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 How did you find? How did you connect to this? How did this connect with you?
Once I started chanting,
Yeah,
the sound vibration itself just worked for me.
Yes.
And also stopping eating meat
Yeah.
was a big one for me too.
Yeah.
Everything started to glow, like all the trees and all the different
Yes,
life
yes,
everywhere
yes,
started
yes,
to
yes.
shine more. Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it
yeah.
started to reveal that there's an energy there that I
Oh,
wasn't seeing
sure.
before. I was kind of covered over somehow.
Yeah.
But yeah, the chanting and that together,
Yeah.
and the reading, of course,
Yeah.
and all the questions that I had were getting answered.
Yes.
And I always taking it with a grain of salt and testing and like going back and forth, and it just kept,
Yes.
proving itself over and over and over.
Yes.
And I can't get enough. I'm still growing. I can't wait. I'm going to India soon.
Well, that would be very interesting.
Yeah.
You've been there before, is
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have homies over there?
The food's really
Yeah.
good over there too.
I'm gonna go to this place where the kids are at with the school, and like the song that I just released. It's called "Open Your Heart," and it's really cool. I'm really proud of this one. Really proud of the way this one came out. I actually was able to record it with a harmonium and a sitar and a sarod from a guy I know in Australia. He happened to have the instruments, and I was inspired for the song.
He was
When I
playing
originally
on that,
recorded
or are you
it.
playing everything?
He actually did a few things on there, and I grabbed it.
And what's
I
it
also
say?
did do my own figured out my own sort of melody on the sitar, but it didn't make it into the song. But
He tried, right?
some of his little bits I got in there.
Yeah.
And so it's got that flavor. But the really cool thing is that the harmonium I purchased in India. And then so everything had to tune to that when I originally
That's right,
recorded. So
yeah.
I tuned my bass to the harmonium.
Yeah.
And the tracks that she sent me from the school, the kids chanting, same key
Oh.
and same timing as my song.
Oh, wow.
So it was
Did
just,
she know?
Dude,
no, I was like, oh my God, I'm like,
Wow,
I'm
that's-
responsible for this now.
if,
So I was
if you're
like,
curious as to, hey,
I
this
really got
thing
excited about
this
it.
thing I'm doing, is this real? That would be enough to make me think, yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
so I was like, okay, well, this song is being put together, and,
Yeah.
Somewhere
and
beyond
so
you.
I just
Yeah,
went for it. I spent
That's very
days
cool.
going back in, remixing, re-singing some certain parts, and
Yeah.
with better mic,
Yeah.
and put it all together.
Very good.
So
So
for all
what's
you
up there?
live guys, I'm sorry, we can't do it, I don't think. I don't know what you can do, but for sure, for you YouTube guys, we'll put the links to all that stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe,
Yeah, we will. We'll be able to.
anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's the first song on the lo-fi devotional playlist on my channel.
Cool.
The other one is full band.
Oh, wow.
But also spiritually driven,
Cool.
lyrically.
Yeah.
But in a pop format, so it's actually
So
kind of alright.
are
what
you
do you
doing?
mean by that, the pop format?
Well, you'd be like
Straight up,
be straight up like
pop
say,
rock.
like George Harrison would be like
But
George
what
Harrison.
pop?
would. Are
What
you-
pop though?
It's hard to
Like
explain.
Justin Bieber?
No, not
No.
Justin Bieber pop.
He means pop.
Alternative
Alternative pop.
Okay.
Alternative
Okay.
pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were looking at. So would your music be close to Harrison stuff?
Ooh.
I don't mean to try. I'm not.
It's
saying
always
it's
hard to
hard
nail it down.
No,
right?
no, I'm not. Yeah, it's
So that-
definitely hard.
See, this
I've
is
had,
the exact same thing I'm saying. Like when you say pop, I think, yeah.
Well, no, pop's good. Pop
Michael
music's
Jackson.
good.
70s pop, 80s pop is
Well, here's the thing.
Well,
I
60s
grew up.
pop, the Rolling Stones are pop music. in
I
the
grew up on
60s.
Dude,
all the '70s
today
radio
pop.
Yeah.
music. I grew
Today's
up on all the
pop is
classic rock.
AI, dude.
Oh, it's terrible.
Well, most of that is, yeah, most of it is.
Yeah, it's not real.
It's the way it's being generated, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Anyway.
but I mean,
Oh,
there's
obviously.
I mean,
I
all
don't
the
think
classic
that's-
rock and all the '90s influence, basically,
yes,
and then all that sort of
You put it all together. Very cool.
in guitars.
I mean, when you listen
bass.
to people in the '90s, for instance, just quickly here off the top, when you listen to like Nirvana, you know, there's stuff there that's very 60 and 70 sound.
Oh, for sure.
You know, like you can tell the influences. Nothing's, you know, they just took those influences
I
and
thought
brought them
grunge
into.
was like Black Flag and Black Sabbath.
Yeah,
and Big
pretty
Black.
much. Pretty much mixed all
Kinda
together.
into a grinder.
Yeah, big grunt mixed in and with a lot of different harmonies and light and dark sounds and
Yeah,
stuff.
and everybody
which
going, oh, what are
that's
we doing? What's happening? Like
Yeah.
looking for an answer, right?
it's all kind of, you know, those tones and those colors that he's probably got
Dude,
going on in the song
exactly.
too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, with meaning and purpose to it, right?
Dude.
That's why
Trying
I
to think
mentioned.
of, something
Tones
like-
and color. That's exactly right, Joe.
Yeah. Like when you mentioned like Harrison, when I mentioned Harrison, what I mean is the message there, the same,
Similar,
peace and
yeah.
love, right? You know.
Yeah, my whole music writing mandate from the very beginning, even from when I first started in my 20s,
Yes.
has been, or late 20s,
Yes.
has been bring out ideas of being a spirit soul, not this body,
Yes.
and relationship development and personal growth. So
Yes.
those are basically where all my songs come from.
Cool. Yeah, very cool. Because there were a lot of even artists like you know, in the '60s and stuff that were, you know, they would say, oh, you know, a lot of these bands say, you know, this music is, you know, party now and then party hard and you die. But there were a lot of bands that weren't like that too. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
there were bands that wrote songs that were very spiritual or were talking about, you know, having a better life sort of thing. They weren't talking about, you know,
Sure.
a physical, you know, craziness, right? That the way the world was, right?
I 100% grew up in punk rock, and then my kids, when I had to, you know, go, oh, this is the way I feel like the world works,
Yeah.
and I believe this to this day, and I'll believe this till my last dying breath. I think there's a lot of things, and I'm not trying to burn you guys or anything. I barely believe in anything, but I 100% believe in love. I know that's real.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is the thing
That's it.
that's guiding
all it is.
all of us, man.
That's all there is.
Yeah. That's
That's
exactly
what
what
I
my,
think.
what
That's
my
what the
spiritual
Beatles- what do
master
you think?
says too.
Well, I think the
Exactly.
Beatles said all you need is love.
Never heard that tune. Is it good?
No, if you haven't, you better.
Beatles, who's this?
That's what
They
it
knew.
is. All you need is love. No, it's true. It
Fucking
is. That's
I
a true.
absolutely, oh my god, I'm a hippie. I absolutely believe
Yeah, no. Yeah, it is true though. That is the true definition of it all, right? At the end of the day, that's the problem. I think the problem is that
It's amazing they had that songwriting maturity at that age. Eh?
yeah,
Their charts are amazing, by the way. I've looked at both of them.
yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh,
John Lennon and Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
They're like on top of each other. They're like they have almost the exact same ascendant, and their moons are completely looking at each other.
So they must have known now, because after going to the scene Maharishi, they must have known.
Possibly.
Oh yeah, they must have known that. Harrison
Joe.
told them.
Oh,
Yeah. Same. Yeah.
see that bike gang just
Yeah.
went by?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is
They would have told them for sure. Yeah, very interesting. Yeah. So anyways,
See that motorcycle gang just went
Yeah.
by?
Oh yeah, I heard. Yeah.
how about some chanting?
I think that was
Oh,
the
yeah.
Super Brothers.
Well, yeah. So, like, for what you were saying before earlier about sorting yourself out,
Mm-hmm.
this is like a technology to help you get to a cleaner mental state,
Mm-hmm.
calmer emotional space, so that you can work on that
That's
stuff. You know, and
I listen to a lot of Buddhist chanting.
yeah.
I was a quick story when I was once at the Zen Buddhist temple where I used to go on a regular basis down here on Victoria Drive. They used to have the meditation time, right? So you'd sit there with the monk and about 20 people and
Yeah.
do the meditation, right? Just sit in meditation quietly for 20 minutes. And in the next room, next part of the place, the monastery, there was an area where they had all the individual people that passed away in the walls, right?
Oh, where?
With their ashes in the walls.
Oh, I see.
So the nuns would come in and they'd start chanting. And it was amazing because their chanting would be like in time, out of time, in time, out of time. And you'd hear this, you'd hear the little drums and the bells ringing and chanting. And when you're meditating, you're sitting there and it's really quiet and all of a sudden this chanting comes in your ear and you start going, holy smoke. Next thing you know, I'm out of the room. I'm gone. I don't know where I am. I'm in some astral plane somewhere at the top of the building looking down, and you're just like going, and you come back and you go,
is that true?
Yeah, it's you know what? Their singing, their chanting was so powerful that it just, I don't know if they did it on purpose. They knew we were all in there or not. But whatever they did, they walked into the room doing what their usual chants and prayers at certain times for the people that had passed, and they come in and they do that. And they would walk in and do it. And I tell you, any time, not every morning, I didn't when I was on weekends, but every certain Saturday or Sunday, they'd be in there. Not all the time, but sometimes when they weren't in there, I was missing them. They'd come in, and I tell you, the minute they started doing the chanting, it just took us all. I don't know about everybody else in the room, but it took me like out of the room every time. And I walked out of there like, holy smoke. And I walked up to them once, I said,
I know you're a fucking believer.
well, no, I wasn't so much a believer. It was what the experience I had.
Yeah.
And what I ended up saying was, I asked them, I says, can I get a copy, a recording of that? Because whatever you're chanting is just like mind blowing.
Yeah. Wow, cool.
It's taking me to a place I've never been, right? Or can I understand your chanting? And so what I ended up doing was, nowadays I listen. All I have to do is YouTube it. I can listen to chanting stuff all day, if I want, right?
Totally.
And I go there, like you said, I usually meditate and then I'll listen to some chanting.
Yeah.
That calms me right down, keeps me focused.
Yeah, I sometimes do both too.
Yeah,
Listen and chant.
Yeah, I
at the
do
same
both time. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not ideal. It's better to listen to yourself fully.
Yeah.
But if it gets you,
I think it gives you. I think the bottom line, if it takes you to a place where your breathing's calm and relaxed,
sure.
I think do it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they would care.
Yeah.
I don't think teachers would really care as long as you get the experience.
Yeah. Totally.
That's my thought, anyways.
Lee.
So with the astrology, I do what's called shadow work astrology.
Okay.
So I just put together a website for that, shadowworkastrology.ca. And so that's basically what I'm driving everything towards.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm doing with the music, and obviously with the astrology, whatever else I'm doing.
Shadowworkastrology.ca.
Yeah. So dealing with the, when we're kids, we go through situations that some traumas or situations that we can't understand, and we don't really process them correctly. And then so that
100%.
those key decisions that we make in those times can have a negative impact on our life as we go on. And, as we hit our 40s and 50s, we start to realize them more. They start to show up a lot more. And so that's what the astrology does. It's not a predictive thing. It's a diagnostic tool.
Right.
So it can help me see what's going on.
That's what Bonnie
in
was
this
like. Hi, Bonnie.
situation.
Bonnie
What's
was like,
going on.
"Oh, am I gonna?"
And then I can target exactly where, along with what the client is requesting,
Right.
and asking what their question is.
Right.
Then I can laser focus in on where that shadow may be hiding and bring it to light.
Yeah.
With some remedial.
Yes.
Not gemstones or anything like that, but like some real practice. Like I'm
of
also
course.
certified in Robbins Madonna Center for Strategic Intervention as well.
Oh, cool.
10 years in Vedic astrology, 29 years with my practice.
Mm.
So yeah.
So you basically in that practice you're doing, you can focus in on somebody's blind spot. Is a way to put it too.
Yes.
And then
Because the chart will show
yeah.
what could potentially be there, and if it lines up with what the client is saying, then
Yes.
then I can really go in.
Yeah. That's like they do in psychology. They do that too, right?
It's
the same thing where they look for the
I'm
blind.
basically combining the Jungian
Yeah.
psychology
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
a lot of the work from Campbell
Yes.
and
Yeah. That's
and
how
combining the two together.
That's
along
how
with
you.
my
That's
spiritual
how you.
practice.
That's how you get it. And you take the onion and you strip away the onion and you take
Yeah.
a look at where the problem lies, or your blind spot, where you tend to want to ignore something.
Now, I don't want to, make any of this. I don't want to. Do you want to play something?
Sure, I can do that.
I mean, I'm not sure if it's even called a song, but
I'll just
really
do a
wanna
little
hear it.
chant.
Yeah, dude, that'd be lovely. Can you tell us what it's about?
Just names. These are names, different names, different energetic names of the Supreme Personality. I can start with an invocation of my Gurudev, and then I'll go into the mantra. And so the cartels are made with like 5 or 7 different kinds of alloy, and they're specific so that they create purity.
That's right.
And they use them for the bells as well too, when they do the fire sacrifices as well too. So the way that the sound actually goes through the ether is purifying to the environment as well. Something like you've heard of the 432 tuning, right?
I have them.
So yeah. Namo Vishnu Padaya Radhikaye Yatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayaniti Namine Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Channa Vallabha Jaya Givaradhari Jaya Givaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
That's fucking lovely.
Try.
And I understand it isn't a matter of how you play those fucking bells and it's whatever it is, but dude, that's so good. You play those bells so well. I love that.
You could do that for hours.
Yeah,
just
it's
chilling.
been peaceful.
That sounds so
Or with
lovely.
the drums,
I
yeah.
love the way you play it, but I literally love the way
You got
play
down
it.
the very classic style of that, right? You know what I mean? Like that's very how the classic style is. To get
Isn't
that.
that so nice?
Well, it
Yeah.
is because you get the vibration of that, right?
That's Eastern bhajan. That's real
Yes.
bhajan.
Yeah, it's
That's
real
the
bhajan.
real. It's a real instrument. It's not plugged in. No electricity. Just
Dude.
the body.
Yeah,
That
connect.
was really
connect.
nice, man.
I'm trying to pull in some
Yeah.
heart, you know, and
Yeah, I could see why, like, when we were just talking about, like George Harrison, and even, what's his name did that a lot too for the Stones, Brian Jones. Like, they connected to those sounds.
oh, that's right, Brian Jones.
Brian Jones.
You guys see that
Influence
Joe
that-
pointed at me when he mentioned the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, he's a Stones fan. But like, so yeah,
Me too,
Brian,
man.
yeah, Brian Jones is like, you know, got that, he had that down.
Yeah, it's too bad what happened there.
Yeah, but he had the same sort of thing, he had that,
Yeah.
you know, he could connect those instruments like that, he could
I
play.
heard Mick Jagger say something along the lines like, we wouldn't even need to show him the song. We just put the instrument in front of him.
Well, yeah.
And
Yeah,
hit
right.
record and let him play.
Wow.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I
that's
saw
how awesome.
I saw a documentary, if you listen, it just came out, it's called Brian Jones with the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
And, or no, the Rolling Stones with Brian Jones, actually. And he, on that song Ruby Tuesday, where there's the flute thing, do, they gave it to him, said, put a flute part in. He started going, da, 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 and then they went. And they just built the song actually around that flute
Oh,
part.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
around
cool.
the flute part.
Very
So Bill Wyman said, if it wasn't for that flute part, Ruby Tuesday wouldn't have sounded like how you wanted, how
Yeah, right.
everybody knew how it was going to come out. And he says he was brilliant at stuff like that. Bill said, and the sitar going through Painted Black.
Oh yeah.
Was Brian Jones, right?
So I'm not
That
going to
is such
say
a
there
strange
is
instrument.
or there isn't, but maybe there's a string from us. Maybe there is something.
What do you mean?
Like from here on Earth to whatever the fuck it is. Maybe there
Love,
is
wherever the
something
love
like that.
Yeah,
is. Yeah.
wherever the love is, that's a good point. Yeah. Well, sure. You're
Maybe.
right. Yeah, no, not maybe. You're right. There's no maybe about that. Yeah.
You know what I fucking...
It's hard. It's hard.
You know what I think is so dope? You blew my mind when you came to sit in my barber chair, right? I was like, wow, what the fuck? But Joe too. I was like, what the fuck? And now, sitting here with you guys, I'm like, wow, it's fair. Like the way all three of us think about this thing, it's very similar, man. Because it's all...
Well, it's what he said. He said it at
Love
first.
is at the core of all
Oh,
this
yeah.
stuff.
So it's what he said. You know, he said at the beginning, it's all one. So, you know, it's really hard. See, here's the thing. I think, no, I don't mean to dominate this conversation, but this is what I get from when we talk like this. I think that, myself, I really think that very hard nowadays in the way the world is, and probably the world's always been screwed up to start
Yeah,
with.
for sure.
And it's just that we're living in it now.
Yeah.
And I think the world was screwed up 100 years ago. It was no better.
Exactly the same, probably.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Maybe
Everybody's still
worse.
talking
It may
about
have
the
been
celebrities and the-
Yeah, whatever it was of that time, right?
Yeah.
And so when you get to that point and you look at it, the commonality is that, you know, it's hard to see past all that crap, you know, that
dude.
mile of crap.
Yeah.
And so when we say, you know, well, you know, we know it's all about love, but like you said there, just let me finish.
That's where, yeah.
You said it's, you know, it's all about, you know, I know it's all about love. I maybe think that, you know, maybe, but and I said, no, you're right. It is all about love. The maybe what you said is what everybody else is saying too. They don't know because they can't see through all that crap all the time.
And then
But they know it's there.
that's where we
They know
find
it's
each
there.
other, man.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
that's
that's the truth.
That's why,
That's exactly
right?
it.
That's
That's
exactly
the way I
right.
feel
That's
about
right.
you. Dude, that is 100%
That's right. That's
you,
right.
for sure. You, Bonnie.
Everybody.
Holy cat.
I go sit at the JJ Bean almost every morning, and you know, over the past year or so, and developing relationships with people there. You know,
Dude.
just because you see them every day, it's finally like, hey, what's your name? Like, sit down, let's have a
Start
chat.
talking. Yeah, you
know?
start
And
to
it's
talk.
like-
You
it's
get to
like
know
natural.
people. Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
something
yeah.
in the air that makes
That makes you feel like that.
the love is there. It's there.
Yeah, it's there. You just have. It's just you have to, like I said, see through the crap. And the crap it's always been there. It's just
That's
that you.
fucking beautiful.
You know, it's true. You just got to see
Dude.
through it. You know, I mean, it's hard to see through it some days. You know, because it's
Oh,
just it's so strong, and you know, it's like they say, once I went and watched the Dalai Lama at Rogers Arena, and it was right after 9/11, right after this next week, and everybody in the place was really heavy feeling. When he came out, it still was kind of heavy, and somebody asked him a question. He was allowing people to ask questions. So one guy out of the whole place back. And he's got microphones everywhere. So somebody asks him a question. So what do you think of 9/11? And he laughs. And everybody gasps. They go, and he goes, what are you so all upset about? He says, there's good and evil in the world all the time.
Yeah,
it's not changed, people. It's not. There's nothing different. Why do you think that it's so bad when it's also so good? He says, you gotta have both to see the love, right?
Yeah.
And then he just was. Everybody just didn't get it. You could see people leaving, not getting what he's saying, but he wasn't budged by that at all.
Yeah.
And I mean, once quick story too. I had the monk at the temple I was at. I think I told Ash the story. There was the monk was at the temple one time, and this guy was he worked at a rehab center. So, he's stressed a lot, right?
Yeah.
Ash knows about this. So he came to the temple and to learn to meditate and relax. So there was a Christmas party. I wasn't at it, but Christmas party, they would have pizza, vegetarian pizza for people and stuff.
Yeah.
And at the Zen Buddhist temple, and they had wine and beer. And the monk was drinking wine.
Right.
So the guy stood up and he said to him, I have to make a point here. He said, I'm really upset with you. I'm really can't believe you had a few glasses of wine at the Christmas party to Reverend, I won't say his name, Reverend blah, blah, blah. And the Reverend looked at him in front of all the people and he started laughing. And just kept laughing. And he goes, why are you laughing at me? Why are you taking me? He kept laughing. The guy got up and left. He says, okay, let's go back to talking about meditating.
Yeah.
And I just went wow. like he was so razor focused on making sure we were learning to be calm and relaxed and did our meditation. I'm a human being. If I had a glass of wine, that's fine. No shame in that. And so he was saying to the guy, no, this isn't the place to grieve.
Yeah.
Take up
out of context.
Yeah. And I just found that those kind of messages are, that's the kind of messages we need to take.
Yeah,
going
for sure.
forward, right?
For sure. People are so reactive in the past 10 years, 10, 15 years.
Oh, or more, yeah.
I don't know, maybe even the X generation is a little bit
I think they've
sensitive,
all,
right?
Yeah, I think people have been for a long time.
It's exactly.
Yeah, when
I have this theory that it's all the wars, that the generations have gone through. I mean, it's hard. You can't expect men coming back from slaughter and trauma of war to be able to raise strong kids, right?
To be tough.
They came back after World War I, completely traumatized.
Oh, yeah.
There's an alcoholic problem, right? And then
Oh, sure.
the alcohol carried on, and then after the Second World War.
Yeah.
So it really messed up the family structure, man. I think.
Sure, it sure
I
did.
think
I was just tell Ash the other day. I was watching a thing on CNN, and they were having Memorial Day, right? And they go over to France. All the soldiers go over to France, and there was this guy, this cute old man, and I mean cute because he was so nice. He was commander of one of the beaches, so he saw everything, right? And he was sitting in this Jeep with this soldier was driving him around and showing him where the beaches were and where he was. He's sitting there, he's got a little hat. He's shrunken down now. He's kind of like this, kind of cute. He's sitting in his thing like this, looking around, smiling. He's happy just to be alive. You can see it, right? He's sitting there, he's looking around. Some French guy walks up to him, gives him a big hug, and he goes, "I want to thank you for you helping me. I would be here if you weren't here." And he goes, and the guy goes. The old man looks at him and he goes, "You better shake my hand, right?" He shakes his hand. He says, "And you better give me a hug, because I'm not going to be here much longer on this planet. And I just about started crying because the old guy hugged him, wouldn't let him go. Right? That's love, right? See, he hugged him. Doesn't know the guy from Adam, and he just says, "Give me a hug. I'm not going to be around much longer. I'm 99 years old, and this is the last time I'm coming over to this place." And, and I just started crying. I went like, "Holy smoke! What a cute old man!" Right? And like, he probably was tough as nails when he was, But now he's like, he's just like a gentle little guy, gentle soul,
And all of you guys out there, maybe you will remember this, because we're going to say it again, and we say it every single time we end the show. We love you.
Yeah, we do. And we want to thank you very much for coming out.
You're very welcome.
Thanks, Izzy. That was awesome, dude. That was.
Peace out.
All right. I hope all of you guys love that. I love you, Bonnie. Come home.